Storm, the Ursa as well. And this time around also has even less bodies, I feel like. He has literally the Primal Beast to be that kind of brunt between him. The two supports are not... I mean, usually when you're playing like this SF, you want to have like the Clockwork, you want to have like this Tusk, you want to have somebody that's this body for you, especially inside laning phase and in the mid game. He only has the Primal. Yes, they will have like, you know, the Requiem plus the Supernova combo and stuff like that, but as for protecting the SF, looks a bit difficult, so I really do like, again, what LGD's got for themselves. I think this... Yeah, this just looks like a very comfortable draft. Well, I think for Vici's, they took some risks. I think Void Spirit overall is a very risky hero to still pick right now. So,
yep,
got to be a bit careful. Matchup as well in the mid lane could be... I mean, he did very well last time on the Ember, but
didn't he?
This I feel like is even harder. This one's actually harder than the Ember. Ember can at least, like, you have such high physical poke, and you have the Flame Guard to protect. Resonant Pulses is not the same type of protection. But let's see. I mean, he did press at least in the laning phase last time, so... They also have Why You Smile Enchantress. You don't give this guy Enchantress.
The battle begins.
He becomes the carry in most of the games when he's playing this Ench.
Yeah, what do you like? I mean, already kind of the bottom lane. Do you think it's going to feel pretty good for PSG.LGD?
Yeah, would think so for sure. They've got the heal that's going to come in always from this Enchantress to be able to offset. Ursa sometimes can have a little bit of a slower start, but it looks pretty good for Shiro. Top lane could be a little volatile. Top is the one where the SF can get some big kills. Because like I was saying, you know, you want this melee body, but there's a ton of spam and control, so that if they get some type of early kills, Erica could get this type of snowball, and he is just going to immediately start raising and auto-attacking down the Iron Shell creep. But at the same time also, once the levels do start coming out for the Darkseer and Clockwork, if you're not careful with your positioning, you get vacuumed into a cog. I mean, either one of these could get brought down. And Planet, he's already going to start getting the pull going. Double range heroes, not going to be really able to contest him. Maybe they get a courier, though.
They got it.
They got it.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
And they will body block the hard camp Zeal. So there's not going to be any type of pull shenanigan, and they will be able to get these levels.
See down bottom. White trying his best to trade with Why You Smile, but of course always feels rather rough doing so with the heals.
Yeah. Never.
Enchantress.
I mean, there's like no one who can really trade with Ench, it feels like. Always has been the case just because of this heal. Gonna deward the camp, open it up for any type of pull or creep that he wants to get. Shiro not getting pressured in the laning phase, and yeah, mid, this time nothing to say, is just having absolute free farm, and yeah, it's much harder for a Void Spirit compared to that Ember Spirit.
Yeah, this Enchantress has been quite the nuisance, not allowing any pulls to happen. Not really allowing Neo and FY to control the lane as they would have wished.
Ursa's getting, he's not even getting attacked at all.
No.
He's not even getting anything put onto him whatsoever. He brought a salve just in case to Shiro, like maybe thinking that he was going to get pressured a little bit, but so far not the case.
You blew it.
How we're seeing mid so far.
Real good for anything to say.
Yeah, he's got the edge. It's not going to get any easier for Setsu, so should see nothing to say. Continue to hold that lead. Top lane.
Raises. Ooh,
good vacuum.
Well played.
Make sure that there's no chance of Erica being able to continue to close the gap and look for any further raises.
Yeah, definitely a slow start for Zeal. Much slower this time around. They still will have kill threat, though. That's the crazy thing about this lane, is even if you do have a slow start in last hits, as soon as level 3 is out for the Darkseer, you throw it onto Planet, and if you find either one of them isolated, you will probably be able to bring them down. So they have to be quite careful of their positioning still. Erica is going to free farm in this lane. Unless he just misses last hits. He just missed 2. And this time, it's much harder for either side to really look to try to check these water runes early on. They kind of have to stay in their lanes early. Hero. Oh, he even gets clapped.
How about helping out there for Vici?
Yeah. He does have a salve, though, so that salve that he did buy earlier does come into play. Good prep.
Looks like nothing to say. He's going to head over, take the bounty rune. Welcome, Vici Gaming.
Very long walk. I mean, they're seeing him, so.
Stupendous.
Just see if anyone else is going to come around at this 4 minutes. But yeah, it seems to be, as you say, all supports are needed in their lanes. So it'll just be left for both mids to get their respective water runes.
Yeah, you can't leave any of these lanes at all. CM cannot leave top, and Phoenix can't really leave the Primal Beast. Primal Beast could just get brought down bottom. So he has to stay in the area. Oh, this creep. He's got the Harpy. It has already used all the nukes on it. But good chunk of damage that he's already been able to apply because of it. Setsu, gotta be careful how you turn versus Storm Spirit like that.
Yeah, you take a lot of damage.
Both, you can see both of them like buying raindrops, both looking to play versus this, but yeah, I have nothing to say, starting to really pull ahead. 29-4 to the 19-4. We saw what he was able to do last game when he was a slowed down Storm Spirit in the laning phase. He was incredible. And it's a similar aspect of a game this time, right? He's playing versus a Shadow Fiend, so very similar versus something like that Drow, where if he gets on top of the SF, it's very difficult for Erica to do too much. And Zeal is starting to recover. He's level 4.
Looking for couriers here, Planet. We'll find them.
Oh,
no, not quite, yeah. CM able to make sure that that courier won't be going down today.
Bottom, some harassment on Shiro, but still got Mangos in charge away if he does get a little bit too scared. Shiro does have Ring of Health finish, so that's just a little bit of slowdown for him, but he's gonna be able to heal right back up.
Getting difficult for Setsu to approach the creeps mid.
Yep. Level 6 now finished up on nothing to say. He's gonna have a catapult pushing in a little bit here too in a second. Power Rune in about 20 seconds. Let's see if we do see a rotation around that.
I think it's still difficult for supports even at this point.
I think the safe lane can go. I think YU Smile and FY are going to look to go for that bottom rune in particular. But it's difficult for FY to really contest an Enchantress going for it. Okay. So YU Smile actually won't end up going for it, but it does end up spawning top, so nothing to say.
Very nice one for him. He's going to have his treads done on his way out, so that combined with the TP does mean that the side lanes, they've got to be prepared.
Their rune, the ward that they had expires about 40 seconds ago or so, so he's actually just making the waltz up top.
I mean, this early gank, if he's able to succeed onto the SF, that's going to hurt for Vici.
He does so much damage at this point.
Erica.
Oh.
He's got eyes on him. He's going in for that one.
Goodbye.
TPs will be coming in, but with the DD, they take him down far too quickly.
And Setsu.
And you get the pullback with the Remnant into the Frostbite. They'll get the kill in return. So, Vici Gaming having to make sure that they find a trade out of this.
Nicely done. That was close. I thought he was actually going to be able to pop himself back up and turn onto Setsu as well, but enough burst damage.
Yeah. No, they needed to find that.
Ooh. Cog's actually not trapping Yang. Yang might have died there. Immediately when all that happens, FY goes straight to the mid lane, so he will be able to sap XP. Good move from Vici there. And a big kill, really, for the Storm Setsu. I believe he gets his bottle filled up also. He's going to look for another move up top. FY getting gone on top planet. He'll be the one that drops.
Bottom lane, Shiro.
The grab. Oh,
it's gonna do it. Neo gets the kill. I mean, again, we saw last game some good early game kills from Vici Gaming. Once again here, nothing to say. He's going to try and get back in onto FY, but Setsu's here to help out. And in fact, looks to see if he can get the grab there. Very close, in fact, with being nearly able to get him with that Remnant once more.
And that's a big deal. Neo able to have this kill bottom alone.
They've dropped the wall. They're on top of Erica. This time, there's not going to be TPs in to help him. Erica goes down again.
Oh, that's a really painful death.
Yeah, it's getting
just TP'd back up.
Getting slowed down quite a bit, yeah, with that. There's 2 back-to-back deaths up top. See on the odds here, provided to us by our partner, esportsbet.io. Very much feel the PSG.LGD have the edge, and after the last game 1 performance, definitely reason to believe that. In the river, FY gets found.
Planet, you got the snipe.
Easy kill.
That was from top lane. The rocket onto the rune, it's enough. A little bit extra. A big kill, though, for the Primal Beast. I mean, Shiro, he was 1 creep from 6 on the Ursa.
Yeah, I mean, last game we had, said Vici Gaming had a bit of an edge in the early game. And once again here, if anything, it's just very, very even. Good showing for Vici Gaming in these early movements in response to what PSG.LGD is trying to do.
Erica just has to be very careful. The thing about SF is you have to, SF is a lane dominator. As we'll get this kill. You have to be very careful. If you do start giving up a couple of these kills, you are a very fragile, very squishy hero. Setsu's just sticking around here. This is cool.
Now, a few raises and Zeal.
Yeah,
He has
he's got
to run.
ult. He's thinking
He
about
really
it.
wants to go for this. He's going in beyond the tower. Frostbite's there. Yang does get taken down, and now nothing to say with the grab. He's got the control onto Zetsu. Zeal trying to run will get pushed aside by the Wild Ring Ripper. Why you smile there, helping Zeal keep the distance. As PSG.LGD, they'll keep their Darkseer alive, and they'll punish the two of them for the dive.
Too deep. I was like, I'm okay with Setsu chilling up top, just waiting if there's an aggressive move that comes out onto Erica, but them making an aggressive move, that's a risky play when you're playing versus Storm Spirit.
I mean, was there even a world maybe where Indy the CM could have just walked in and dropped the ult rather than like looking for the Frostbite and then waiting for the backup to come in? Wouldn't that have just killed the Darkseer maybe?
I thought he was just gonna ult,
just ult.
honestly, but yeah, opting not to do it. Arcane boots for Yang. I mean, very early. That's not something you see every day on the Crystal Maidens. Usually it's just those Tranquils, but we'll have that big mana pool.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Level 6 pretty early also on the CM.
Sure.
Because, you know, Erica did end up dying a couple of times and he got those trade kills. Smoke comes out. Oh, you smile, breaks it, instantly pops the heal.
Last Enchantress gone. Easy kill for Vici. The four of them.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Protecting their jungle.
Radiant's
Nicely.
structures
Erica needs it.
are
Doesn't really want to go back toward the top lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, drums. Okay. I don't think I've seen that on the offlane primals. That's an interesting one. Usually it's strictly, what, Vanguard, Arcane Boot Vanguard, or just Phase Boot BKB. So that's a bit different.
Lost them all with a hook shot.
Yang will be happy. Nothing to say. Waiting in the wings. But maybe he feels like he's getting ganked or something like that. He's playing very careful. Up top planet, still waiting for Yang to go up too far. TP's now gonna come. They know the CM's here, but they don't know that Neo's here.
There he goes. Charging in straight over to his planet. They drop the ultimate, but they're already able to walk away from this. Planet drops the cog, steps out, and nothing to be achieved with that move from Vici.
See you later. Quick little search, and he's out of there. Shiro, even though he did die, still on pace for an excellent Battle Fury timing, just like last time.
Invisibility.
And we saw what happened. You know, PSG.LGD tend to be very good at making sure that he gets the space created that's required for him to get that second item after the Battle Fury without any interruptions from Vici Gaming. We'll see if they're able to repeat that performance again here in Game 2.
And Setsu, he is bottom of the cores now at this point, and because of that move top, also him going Arcane Boots, it's going to limit his growth in the game. You know, buying the Arcanes definitely can hurt quite a lot if you're not able to make a lot happen with it early on. So getting his next item is going to take a bit more time than usual. And up top,
We're going to see the attempt onto Neo. He's able to turn with the ultimate, getting a little bit low on the mana. Nothing to say. The Frostbite's there. Nothing to say. Who's going to fall? They do get the kill onto Neo. See if Zeal's able to save Planet in the situation. Another blast from Yang. It's not enough to take down the clock. The Remnant as well from Setsu, not quite reaching onto Planet. He'll turn towards Zeal instead. Surges back up. The Frostbite's there to put a stop to it.
he's got mech and stick. He's pretty tanky.
All right, drops the wall as well. He's definitely making them work for it here, Zeal. It's going to come in with a three-man vacuum, but the Dissimilate will finally put an end to it.
Dire's middle tower.
He'll save space. Forces a ton of rotations up top, and kind of similar to last time where a lot of moves are happening from Vici. They're getting these good kills, but at the same time also, Shiro is just chilling and farming.
It definitely feels like it's kind of all to plan for PSG.LGD.
Yeah. Feels very, very reminiscent to the last game.
And sweet.
Regen rune on, nothing to say. Waiting for anybody who shows. Setsu's he's really starting to fall far behind. Just because this item build is very awkward. Shows himself. They're gonna make the go.
And there's the opening. Hookshot, Cogs pushed back into the burst damage and nothing to say. I'll keep him permanently locked down. No chance for any sort of movement from Setsu.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And still full mana, of course. The Storm.
Dire's
Nothing to say. We'll have
structures are fortified.
he'll be able to go anywhere. Then any moves that happen on the map, he'll be able to react to it. Shiro, yeah, we're gonna watch the beautiful amount of gold.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is fallen.
Alright, we'll
Yeah.
clear it as well before the respawn, so
Radiant's
so more to take effect. Maybe even consider getting involved in some action. I mean, Arcane Rune doesn't look like nothing to say he's going to be able to grab it. Setsu
is under attack.
will manage to secure that. They'll almost certainly want to try and make something happen with this. I mean, Vici Gaming, they cannot afford to sit back. They've got to be proactive.
Absolutely. They have to try to find... They can't just let Shiro free farm the whole game is also a big concern. Like, I don't know how they really look to hunt and find him, though. It kind of has to be the Void Spirit or the Primal Beast, but not really easy for them to get into that triangle area. Not easy for them to get into the Ancients. They have to play around Erica.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Where do they go?
Dire's
Looking at the
middle
bottom
tower
lane,
is
looking at
under attack.
nothing to say, but still tricky to catch this Storm. The only kind of time they've been able to do so is when he's jumped them.
Yeah.
Dire's
They kind of have to
top
do it
tower
like
is under
perfectly. They have to get the the Aether Remnant into the Onslaught, into the Pulverize, and kind of perfectly connect with it onto the Storm. Especially if the CM's not there.
Radiant's middle
Tower mid, though, starting to get sieged. Erica is the backup of 4 of his allies, or 3 of his allies, so we'll be able to finish off mid tower. That does potentially give them the options to be able to now go into the triangle versus the Ursa, but still not easy. Is that the Greaves finished? Yes, Darkseer has Greaves done. So similar as last time, though, they are playing an offlaner that doesn't go for those auras, so they will be missing that on the side of Vici in comparison. Bottom, nothing to say. They're getting a positioning here. Oh,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
a nice attempt.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
I'll see 16-minute power in. PSG.LGD, they'll want to check that. It's just the haste. And Sale will grab it. He's also going to try and set up onto FY. It's a bit
nothing
low
to
on the
say.
mana. So he's going to get grabbed with the Pulverize. Haste Rune, that should be enough to save him. So living on the edge there, coming in to pick up the power rune. The
Neo?
fact it was a Haste Rune does mean he will survive. I think anything else, and he probably dies there.
Yeah, it's very close. Heal from Why You Smile. He runs in to try to help him out, but yeah, without a haste, probably does just get brought down. That is an egg used. No, they force an egg, and it doesn't really get much of anything. Erica's still farming, but as we've said, you know, the Ursa feeling very good, just chilling, free farming. BKB, once BKB Blink is done, Shiro, he's going to join into every single one of the fights, and then how do you play this SF is the scary portion. You lack frontline, you lack protection. It's not easy for this SF when you're playing versus these gap closers.
No, absolutely not. And then once the bash is done on top of that for the bear, at that point in the progression, it feels kind of game over for SF. It's very difficult to play into that. So they've got to try and do something before those items are there on Shiro.
Absolutely. Setsu, he had the Yules queued up for some time, wanting to go for that versus the Ursa, but has now opted to go for the Aghanims. It's a good Ags game versus the Storm and that Ursa, but they are just going to look to probably rush those BKB, so they're going to have answers very early on for it.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And LGD, they're not rushing anything. They're chilling back. They're farming. They're like,
They don't need to.
Shiro's just telling his team, he's like, guys,
Yeah.
I've got the freest game in the world.
He's got the Brigands.
Brigand's now done. They find a Philosopher's Stone, so even more beneficial if you just sit back and farm. They're very happy. Top Seal. Grieves the wave. Can Yang find him? Not quite able to. Zio even drops the wall just in case. I love this wall, by the way. I really like this cosmetic.
Well,
for it.
yeah, the purpley
Yeah.
kind of
It's
blue
harder.
waves, yeah.
It's harder to see, honestly. The other one is very clear. This one, I don't know, it just looks really pretty. Bottom.
It's just so hard to get the catch on the Storm.
And he's going to have BKB very soon. He's level 13,
Yep.
hitting good timing. Shiro, he's got it done already.
It's just going to feel really rough in this position for Vici Gaming. They know they've got to do something, but the ability to do so with the heroes they have, it's just not easy.
No, not by any means. And now, ooh, Shiro.
Oh, he's able to sneak in.
Can he actually? I mean, he might just be able to sneak
I'm pretty
it.
sure he gets away with this.
Might need a buddy. Get some clockwork or something to tank for him a little bit. Doesn't have any lifesteal, so yeah, Planet's gonna be there. And yeah, they're gonna get away with the free one. So
Yep.
Shiro having a totally free game. After that one death, of course, down bottom. But besides that, top of net worth, Aegis. This is going to be quite a test for Vici, how they're going to be able to take the fights versus double BKB cores with the fragility of their draft. BKB is, of course, done for Erica, so his timing is still decent. It's just versus what he's up against. Versus what he's up against. They just pierce right through it so easy with Ursa. Nothing to say. His BKB is about to come out. Can they get him before it? They cannot. So double BKBs on both sides, but they are playing into that Aegis. So difficult for Vici to make a move.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, and Setsu switched the build again. Okay. Went for the Kaya Sanj rather than going for the Aghanims. Well, I mean, makes the burst damage a little bit better, of course, overall, but... Uh-oh, they see him!
Planet. He's in with the setup. Nothing to say. Following up as well. As Setsu, he's got that last step to play with, but it's into the tower. There's no way out anyway.
Oh boy. Yeah, this is looking.
What do they do?
It's just looking so hard. It's only 3K lead, but it feels so much bigger.
It does kind of feel over.
Yeah, it's so tough for them to do much of
maybe
anything.
Erica's able to find some, because he's still getting the farm himself. You know, SF's still farming well.
I mean,
items are there.
The difference maker, if anything, for Vici will just be inside team fights if they're able to land like these Requiems to protect the egg and stuff like that. Because FY is also decent levels. He is level 12 on the Phoenix, but now you can just feel that, you know, LGD just so comfortable with game state. Blink is now done on Ursa. Now they have the double gap close. SF, he's just gonna die if he gets seen. Rocket scouts out Erica. Nothing to say, scouting everything.
He's going to try and start the fight. And he goes. Shiro as well, trying to jump the back lines, but they will be able to get the supernova off. They'll turn with the BKB over towards Yang instead, take out the CM. Shiro, he's going to offer the BKB TP out at the end of this fight. They'll bail out of here. Vici, they will manage to get 2 kills here, only losing the one themselves.
Okay, I mean, that was a pretty good fight for Vici. A little bit of a optimistic jump there from Nothing to Say, going for the tankiest here on the game.
They got very close to being able to take FY down, but they're not quite able to. So a little bit of something there for Vici.
Yeah, Vici, they also held Erica's BKB. He held Requiem as well.
Still a minute and a half to play with the Aegis if PSG.LGD do want to try and find another one of those fights.
And they have an Arcane Rune on Nothing to Say also. So easier for him to go and zip for these back lines, go for these back targets. Farm game, right? Shiro, another Ancient stack. Hurricane Pike. They're going to look for a smoke themselves. BKB back up in 15 seconds, but LGD also, they're going to go right back. 1 minute left on Aegis, like you said. 10 seconds on BKB. Erica has to have perfect positioning.
There we go. They go for the quick jump, a very quick one as well to take down Neo. Erica just popping the Requiem, trying to push them back. And Neo's already gone, and still with mana to go. Nothing to Say, closing the gap over onto the CM. Yang will try and pigpole his way back to the safety of the base. Remnant from Setsu will catch on to Nothing to Say, but won't save Yang. 2 dead on Vici.
I think the BKB still is on cooldown for a second. They have the Ursa in time to be able to get that deletion of the Primal Beast. Top, they actually still have the SF, so they do have that presence of the Dark Lord. Actually, it does go down to the tower, but either way. Yeah, that's the other thing too. When I saw the SF pick, I'm just like, well, Now you're just giving Darkseer free. A free target to always get that aura. Always does feel a little bit bad.
It's the tower gone, and Shiro's pretty much going to have that Basher
Oh boy.
coming out. So the Aegis will expire. So now, very little hope for whoever the bear jumps on top of.
They even buy BKB on Darkseer if you saw. So triple BKB for LGD. I mean, they know exactly what they're playing. It's like there's really no physical damage on Vici. An SF at this point in the game doesn't really get those type of right clicks, especially when he's playing versus an Ursa.
Yeah, he's just going to get bashed.
Yep, this is going to get bashed. Just going to get right click down. LGD.
Yang and Setsu, they're trying to step up to the high ground, but it's a nasty surprise waiting there for them. Supernova from the high ground, FY. Trying to burn them down. PSG.LGD, they're able to kite it out, get to the side. See if PSG.LGD want to jump back in on this new.
Erica.
Turn with the grab, but indeed they've isolated the SF off to the side. Shiro jumps in. Triple kill for him. As Vici Gaming, we'll see if they're going to lose any more here. New. Can he get back to their base? Shiro's on top of him.
I like that voice line. That actually feels like an exact one of what the game state is. You have hit a wall. What do you do versus PSG.LGD? Spellcasting this fight, absolutely on point. The egg, it's a cute one up on the high ground, but they just step out of the AoE on it, wait for their blinks and their reinitiation, and Erica deleted again. Can't even get the BKB off. Just clean game, clean draft. They just understand how to play these type of games so well on PSG.LGD. Yang, he's spotted for a second. He tries to go for a little bit of a D ward. Has to be so careful.
Stupendous.
See it on the replay again. That starts the fight. Couldn't have
Just
really gone any worse there for Vici Gaming, losing Setsu and Yang straight away. I mean, at that point,
The fight's over already. And you can see Erica like trying to find an avenue to walk in, but they're watching him the whole time. They're just waiting for any moment when he steps out. In the live game, FY easily gets picked off. You have absolutely hit a wall.
This bear too much of a problem. We're both gauged a troll. Great pick. And Shiro, great play. And here we have it again on the Ursa. Just completely untouchable now at this stage.
Yeah, you can feel the big differences in particular between like the mid and the carry in particular for me, right? Like Setsu, last game he had an okay time on the Ember Spirit. This time has had a really rough one on the Void Spirit, and then we see the core-to-core matchup. It's miles apart. Shiro both games just having so much more freedom than Erica.
Some super solid carry play, and
yeah,
indeed a lot of it down to just as a team how good PSG.LGD are. Making sure that there's that period of the game where Shiro's just able to farm very freely, no interruptions.
Yeah, they're really good at the space making, right? Like running around his forward, even if they give up some of these kills, ends up being worth it in most situations. I like how Zeal is very sacrificial player too. Like he played it, he just plays these like Grieve, these standard offlaners. Not to say the Primal isn't like a standard kind of offlaner, but it's all about like these auras, that the way that they like to play on the side of PSG.LGD with him, which it's an old school style, but it's one that has worked for a very long time. What do you do as Vici? Everywhere you go, you're spotted. Rockets, wards, complete coverage. Yeah, this ward, I mean, seeing absolutely everything. They see FY. Setsu. Good God, it's so scary for Vici.
They can sell for Roshan PSG.LGD.
Yeah, they're going to scout it.
Get the Rosh and run it down a lane. DD Rune as well to help them out with that one.
The Dream, Paladin Sword also, Shiro. Now he's got that free lifesteal. What neutral was grabbed over here? Aghanim is finished up on Setsu, but we said that they just went triple BKB, so the cores don't have any cares versus this.
Boom, there it goes.
And DD still at the ready in the bottle. could maybe be one of the last fights that goes down. They see Erica for a second. Planet already in position. Oh.
They still nearly wanted to go there with a big zip from nothing to say. So Setsu will avoid it for now.
Hey, if that hook shot hits, Erica's just dead.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They're trying to formulate a defense around the tier 2, but what's the BKB?
Okay, they do force it. Shiro will have to back away. LGD will have to give some respect to that. But Vici just getting, I mean, they're having to stick as 5. They're getting completely out-farmed, outmaneuvered, everything. And they literally have to sit behind each other. Look, Planet's even waiting ready, perhaps looking for the jump in a second, too.
Gonna try and go for an easier kill, and they will find it on Why You're Smart, but in return, FI just completely shatters here in the middle of the fight. As New, it'll commit with the BKB and the Ultimate. They've taken out the 2 supports. Let's see if they can take anything more for PSG.LGD. Erica getting vacuumed up to the high ground by Zeal through the wall. They get the 2 kills.
They're giving respect to it. They lost their 2 supports and they saw FY buyback, so they're chilling. Get themselves the regen rune on, nothing to say. Don't want to overextend. Okay, fight from Vici.
That's something, but
Something small.
Nothing that's going to sort of stop the bleeding hit.
No. And so Setsu, he's going to jump mid. They're waiting for him to go here.
They're going to try for it. They're in. The damage, it's done.
They read him like a book.
Regeneration.
Fresh Abyssal. Oh, well, I say fresh, but it's been some time he's had it, but an
And
Abyssal.
another maybe.
Another one. It's a regen rune also. And he keeps it the whole time. The quick zips doesn't even let Yang break
Maybe
it.
another one?
Maybe.
He wants to search.
Oh.
He's going to go in the trees. No, not in time. They'll just grab the wave, push it round.
I love when you see those storms doing that. It's like they have the regen rune. It's like you really want to break it, but they just don't let you. Explosive stuff coming out from LGD. Now on top of their wall, they got an Aghanims on Zeal also, so punching that SF, I mean, the aura that he gives is always going to be amazing. Even more control, even more potential.
Dire's middle tower is under
And I believe a Swift Blink is about to be finished for Shiro also, so even more damage.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Take the mid tier 2. Creeps coming around at the bottom as well. Get rid of that one on top of it.
These guys are good. Yeah, this PSG.LGD, they're looking real strong right now.
Tower is under attack. Dire's
Smooth
bottom tower
sailing.
has fallen.
They're even pinging for mid. Now, anyone could just die, even in the base. If they just full commit with the Ursa, with the Storm Jump, like they just are going to get eviscerated. Swift Blink, it's hit now onto Shiro. Do they even have... If they do have a 4-step, at least on, like, what, the CM? I mean, they're just going to die too fast, though. Shiro. Waiting. Jump.
He's in.
It's a bit deep.
That's Yang. Yang does have buyback if anything else gets forced by PSG.LGD and Vici want to respond.
Not the ideal target. They wanted to get that SF, but it was a little bit too far from the rest of the team. Can't commit under tier 4s. They will force a glyph. Very early one from Vici.
Yeah, there wasn't even sort of any creeps
No.
coming in at the time.
Yeah, now there's a full creep wave. And up,
He's in again. Goes for Neo, but they're not able to keep him controlled completely. He's able to put the BKB turn onto the Ursa. Shiro popping the ultimate, caught in the frostbite, the remnant as well. Shiro is trying his best to survive through it all. The supernova, is it going to be taken down in time? It is. They take
what
it
a
out,
vacuum.
the vacuums there into the wall. Erica puts the BKB in the Requiem, but the BKB is already up for Shiro and Zeal, so they can continue to beat into this SF. Take Erica down. No buyback on the Shadow Fiend. He's 1,300 gold short.
Feel like that's it. 60 seconds, very likely to lose multiple sides. Yeah, they're calling it.
Well, there it is. GG. PSG.LGD. Game 2's theirs, and with that, the series a clean 2-0. And it really did feel like both of these games, sort of from maybe just beyond the 10-minute mark,